It's Thursday, April 23rd at 3:30 p.m. I'm at UCSB Lot number 6 up against the fence overlooking Campus Point surfing spot called Poles, actually. Camera's about 45 feet. It might be a foot or two taller than that with all the mulch. I was kind of looking at the rays from the parking lot up over toward the fence here, and it is up a foot or two. So we can call it between 45 and 47 feet, something like that. Temperature is 73 in town. Water temps, mid-channel buoys showing around 59. And the humidity is showing 38% down there in town. So that's Mesa Lane Beach on the left at 6.5 miles. Background of Lockham Cheetah Beach at 22.7 miles. Looks like a tiny bit of inferior mirage due to upward refraction right above the water line. It's a typical low water line. That's really normal for this view here. Yeah, you can see the little white spot there on the right side of the frame under the larger spot up at the top, which is at about 100-foot elevation, something like that. You can see it reflected below, and I'm sure some of the other features are the same. I'll head on down to the tree. It's actually turned out pretty clear today. So there's platform Hogan there on the right at 17.8 miles. That tree's pretty much dead center right on the water line. That's 280-foot elevation, 30.6 miles. The grove of trees up the ridge to the left is around 320 feet. And there's Houchin looking a little compressed. Conejo Mountain in the background, 51 miles, 1,800 feet. There's Henry, 16.4 miles. Pesky Ridge there right about center under the North Peak of Saddle Peak in the background there, just right at center. Low spots about 900 or 1,000-foot elevation at 50-plus miles. Saddle Peak up to the right there is 71.5 miles, approximately 2789 feet. It's right above Malibu area down there. There's Hill House, 14.6 miles, quite a bit of heat haze. Platform A, Platform B, and Platform C. It looks like you can see the sign on the center corner that's on this side there. So there's a railing there at about 15 foot above the water. And the tide's pretty high right now. So La Jolla Peak, Clark's Peak's dead center in the background, about 55 miles back there. behind La Jolla Peak. La Jolla Peak's not very prominent. It's kind of just flat up there, so to speak. Then Laguna Peak with the domes and dishes. And Magoo Peak left to center, 50 miles, 1,260 foot elevation. All the land out to the right toward the Naval Air Station out there in Port Hueneme is hidden in that sinking effect of the upward refraction, inferior mirage action. It actually sticks out about, almost, usually if you can see it, about to the far right of the frame there. But the elevation's only about 65 foot max, except for some of the buildings. Upper 4. Back across the pesky there in the center. Lower 3, back to the tree. Hogan. Sailboat. Spot. Mesa. Quick pan a little lower zoom just for fun. Okay, over.